to bring it back to the whole cancel culture topic. A while back as well, there was a lot of, and I think this was like an effect of the whole cancel culture thing and how cancel culture have people kind of scared. But there were some like voice actors or actors in general stepping down from certain roles.
Yeah, the chick from Big Mouth.
That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the person who voice acted Cleveland from Family Guy. I don't know if that was confirmed, but I did see that somewhere else as well.
I saw that too.
I remember hearing some actress was stepping down from playing a trans character, and different examples like that. What are y'all opinions on that? Like, should they step down, or should they still be able to play these roles?
Wait,
Or to avoid cancel culture.
what they were stepping down for?
From certain roles. So give context.
With the Big Mouth situation, for example,
Yeah.
the character Lily, I think is her name, but she's a biracial chick on the show. The chick with the braces, she's with the main female character pretty much.
Black and Jewish.
Well, you don't watch Big Mouth?
No.
All right, that's sad. Big Mouth is a great show.
Yeah, it's a
But
show
anyway,
that you would want to watch.
the chick, she's black, she's biracial, she's black and Jewish. The person I was playing, a white Jewish person, she is now deciding she feels she's taking up spaces that could potentially be filled by black actors or black voice actors. So she wants to step down and acknowledge her privilege, check her privilege type of thing. Even though the show is already 2-3 seasons in, they already had 2 seasons for show.
Yeah.
But you was fine collecting your paychecks for those 2 seasons and all of that. And now when it's Black Lives Matter and you feel like doing some symbolic shit that really don't mean nothing, you want to step down now. But that's my opinion on it. But
How would it not mean anything if she
didn't think about it,
and then she put
I understand. Now there's a reason that you might be triggered to have the thought. I give her that could be a genuine thing. But to me, I just feel this is very much like the Aunt Jemima shit. Like this because I like the character Lily. I like the character with the voice actor.
Where Jemima come from?
Yeah,
like used to me.
Yeah, like
I mean,
I get what you
begin with, but
Yeah.
I didn't know the whole thing.
I get what you're saying, King. But it would have been something if the casting agency, the people that cast her, that put her in that role to be like, you're the perfect role for this, if they were the ones that tried to fix it. But she was the one that did it. So we have to give her that because she was not the one that made the decision to put her in that role to begin with. She just said, no, you know what? So I give her a props for that because
I don't feel like that.
I just think she shouldn't have stepped down. To me, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, but you see that right there, I don't agree with either. How is it unnecessary if they're going to leave room?
Because these are not the changes that we're really looking for. I get, yes, it's better than nothing.
She doesn't have a lot of power.
Yes, in the sense that it is worth something. It's not to completely dismiss. I'll agree with y'all on that. Like, it is something.
I mean, it's not changing legislation or something like that, but she still
that's what I mean.
Another black person.
Yeah, perfect example. But what she did was she doesn't have a lot of power, but she's like, yo, what can I do personally? I can do a lot. I'm not an executive. I don't have really much say, but this is the least I can do. Like not a lot of people would
like. That's what I say. I do agree with you on that point. It is something. It's not that it should be completely dismissed or disregarded. It is something.
Yeah, because that could be a ripple effect. Another black actor get it, he end up getting other doors for other people, for other black actors. I mean, voice actors and stuff like that. You know.
I'm never mad at black actors' voice. Black people in general getting opportunities. I'm not mad at that in general.
You had said unnecessary.
I know. I think that's why I take back and retract, and I agree with y'all. Like it is something. It is.
One of the best ones I saw was one of the CEOs of Reddit. Like, he removed himself from the board, completely from the company, and he was like, "Yeah, hire one of our up and coming black employees to be part of the board."
You see, this is where I kind of have a problem with this whole just promoting people because they're black. Like that, while I do want to see more black people in positions of power and stuff like that, I kind of feel that diminishes the work that could possibly be done in general. If I see where I'm coming from, I
You
know if I
cannot.
explain myself properly.
Yeah, but
My only pushback on that would
Yeah,
be: are you
there's a-
aware of how
yeah,
many
yeah,
black people have been overlooked and not gotten
Yeah.
any positions just because
No,
they're
no,
black?
in that
Whereas
regard,
like there's mad black people more qualified, but then it's like, oh, your needs come true and here's the
no,
job and you the supervisor.
in that regard, yes, I completely agree. If you have a black person that's just as qualified, or if not more,
Working
then
20 years there at this company. I was literally just having this conversation with one of my panels about this happening in Holland. He was telling me about a Dutch dude. He live here and think he's more qualified than some of the people in higher positions than him, in the sense that their jobs, they come into him for help to finish up certain things. And it's like, but y'all got this high paying salary and shit, and y'all still coming to me for help? Like I'm doing y'all work type of shit. And this is what happens a lot of time. And his frustration, because it's like, y'all just come. I know way more than y'all, and y'all get this position type of thing.
no,
That happens so much times.
But that happens a lot, and I think that's why the CEO also said, like, specifically, like, look at someone that's like really up and coming, that's really in like
like not just a random black
not just
person.
like
Know what the
someone
fuck I'm talking about.
yeah
Within your company. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure you got black people within your company in a lower level position that been there, that probably capable of being a supervisor or maybe a manager or something, maybe even executive positions and all of that. Like move some of them up type of thing. Of course, if they want to, I guess, and all of that.
and
but
honestly, I don't think he didn't do it with already someone in mind to begin with. I don't think he just did it to me. Yeah, y'all choose. I think he already had someone in mind when he did that move.
I mean, somebody as a CEO that would make sense. Like,
Yeah.
like you have a successor before you just completely think. I hope you would have some kind of logic with that.
But yeah, it's
I was trying to get back to Rashid's question, but I kind of forgot Rashid's initial question that triggered this whole tangent that we went on.
Oh, it was about just people. I give the examples of the actors, but people essentially stepping down from roles
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I find it's cool.
for the sake of
Should I answer that again? I mean, if they're okay with not having that check and all that, even more kudos for them, more respect.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Like
But-
taking away your security for
is that-
someone else's benefit is not something easy to do.
mhm,
Not a lot of people would do that.
mhm.
But do y'all not feel it's like in the conversation we was having like that it's somewhat symbolic? Because that was the main reason as
Yeah.
to why I initially said it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like
for
like
me-
I kind of pushed back against her stepping down
Yeah,
type of thing.
for me, it really depends. It's a person by person basis. You have to look at a person and look at the history of the person and see, like, if the person really has nothing to gain, like, or like losing their job really affects them that much and they still do it. For example, like if they're not someone in a high position or mind you whatever, and they do something that really would affect them, yeah, cool, because a lot of people would not do it. If it's a CEO and he does drops a small little bone or some fuck like that, and there's not really any type of change, like it's the same thing with, like, for example, like Nike, or when BLM happened, like they just put a
That's
a
what I'm
picture.
saying.
That's
Because
different.
to me, that's what it
Yes.
felt like from the perspective of, to me, I feel like what happens if because she is not the casting director, she's not the director, executive producer type thing.
But that's
What happens if they just replace her with another white chick?
yeah, but then it's
That's
on
not
but
her
then
thing.
it's on them, you understand?
That's not her decision.
Yeah.
She
I
gets
know,
paid.
I know, but I mean, like, in some ways, I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but then you have your grievances has to be on
The
the
company, not
the company, not with
Mm.
the person making the kind gesture, understand?
because with
Because
the,
it's something that different black people been talking about for a while. Because like I mentioned Cleveland and stuff. There's been mad examples throughout history of like the black character on a TV show being voiced by white actors and or being even written by them, so their personalities like you don't even know
Super
like the
stereotypes,
experiences. Yeah, it's like very problematic type of stuff.
You had want to say something?
Me?
Want to say something there? 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
So y'all think because this is kind of like when I see people step down from certain roles like this, it just make me think, okay, so only members of the LGBTQ community can act as the LGBTQ community now, or only people of color can voice act for characters.
I assume that's where he was taking it, and like to me, it's a tricky situation.
It
Honestly,
is.
it's a tricky situation where I see the validity in the representation argument, where people say representation matters. So having those people play those roles or voice those roles, it's important. But at the same time, it's acting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
There's a fine line. I mean,
Will
look,
Smith
if
is
you're
not a
looking,
doctor, but he played, or Will Smith is not a
Yeah.
boxer, like or whatever roles he played in throughout his
but
movies. Like
the thing is, there's a fine line with it, right? Like, for example, if you're looking for an Asian actress in a movie, for example,
yes,
what's it?
don't put Charlize Theron
Yeah.
or whoever it was. Like
Or
don't put her
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett
Like,
Johansson.
you
Yeah,
couldn't find any Asian top
True.
actress. Like,
Oh yeah, but
there's
with Michelle, that was fucking
yeah,
ridiculous.
there's
Specifically.
because like you could have
As
this
much as I love to see Scarlett,
yeah.
that was just not cool.
Like
it was ridiculous.
Like if it's a gay character, like cool if you got a gay character acted, but you could still have someone portray someone like being disabled or something like that.
Modern Family, great example. The one who was the overtly gay
Gay
one,
is straight.
he was straight. Like to me, that shit is dope. Barney on whatchamacallit, How I Met Your Mother. Barney is gay. Cam is straight.
Oh,
Yeah.
The other one is gay. Mitchell is actually gay.
Gay.
Cam is straight.
Yeah.
Barney from How I Met Your Mother is gay in real life.
I ain't gonna lie, right? I ain't gonna lie.
Should Barney not be able to play Barney? I mean, Neil Patrick Harris be able to play
But
Barney?
no, but that's what I mean. Like I think where the divide comes, it's when it's more racial thing because in the US specifically, white white people tend to get most of the roles. There's not a lot of black roles to begin with. There's not a lot
Gods
of
of
black
Egypt with a bunch of white people.
Yeah. So because there's already not a lot of roles for people of color to have, not just minorities to have in general, especially in the movie industry. Like when you have those roles, don't give them also to people that getting most of the roles. That's where the problem is. I think if it was a situation where everybody had equal representation or opportunity, yeah, then this will not be a problem. But because it's not like that, when the opportunity arises for a minority to play a role and you don't give the minority, then it's like, no, now you're not even trying to hide it anymore, you understand? And I think that's where this conversation is coming from.
I feel like that was pretty well articulated. Like to me, my main, and I agree with that completely. My main issues is just like we said, Scarlett Johansson. It's supposed to be an Asian. Just like it's not that hard to find an Asian actor. Like
That's blatant whitewashing.
Yeah.
don't cast Ben Affleck to play Black Lightning or something. Like don't come on.